Welcome to the Mini Move story. My name is Mira. If you haven't watched my previous episodes, I recommend that you do that. It will give you a better understanding of who I am and why am I making this vlog. Today's episode is about trust and trust issues. I will tell you a little about episodes from my own life and how I chose to handle them. Trust and trust issues. I think most people have experiences in life in which their trust has been broken. In my case, of course, everything goes back to my mother. And as I spoke about previously in Pattern Breaker, a lot of messy things were going on in my childhood and in my home, my childhood home. I was supposed to trust my mother. And when you're a child, you do that. You trust your parents because they are your parents and those are the ones that you are raised with. And you are supposed to be able to trust your parents. But at the same time, I knew that something wasn't right in our home. It wasn't normal what was going on. However, I trusted my mother's love and I trusted that she did the best she was able to do for me. But I remember I tried to run away from home a couple of times. First time I don't know how old I was. I had a little yellow bike and I think maybe 6 years old. I was running down the stairs and I got up on my little yellow bike and I sat there and I didn't know where to go. And my mother, she came down, she stopped me and she dragged me all the way up to the apartment again. Later on, I remember I took my bike and I drove to a friend from class and talked to her parents that I didn't want to stay with my mother and if they please could help me. And they told me to go back home. So I did. There was also this other time, I think, yes. I don't know how old I was here, but I'm still in school. And which means that I'm maybe 10 or I told my mother maybe I should call the social services and tell them how we are living and what is going on here. And my mother, she told me that if I did that, I wouldn't see her again. It would have been true if the world was working as it does today in Denmark. I would have been removed from our home and I would have been taken into foster care somewhere. And I don't know what would happen to my mother, but I don't know, she will probably still be living in that apartment. I trusted my mother and the fact that she told me that made such a big impact on me. It made me also scared that I would never ever see her again. And that is also a psychological weapon against who you're talking to, that you won't see them again, ever. So I didn't do anything about it. However, bottom line of all this is that I was supposed to trust my mother, and I did trust my mother, but she didn't do what was best for me. And if she would have done that, she would actually have sought help somewhere. But anyway, it gives you trust issues later on in life because you know that the trust that you was supposed to have to your parents, or to, in my case, my mother, it's broken. You know that something is wrong, and the fact that she told me that I would never see her again made such an influence on me that I didn't actively do anything about it. It also means that later on in life, whenever I was supposed to trust anybody, I didn't. And I still don't. I still have trust issues, but it's not as much as it used to be. I'm getting better and more confident in me and my ability to judge the people that I surround myself with. Are they trustworthy? Are they not? My entire childhood in school, I didn't really trust any other adults. I still had trust issues and I didn't have many friends. I knew a lot of people but not, like really, really friends. I wasn't popular in school at all. But I had this really good friend, one really good friend. Her and her sister, they lived very close to my mother's apartment. If I could, I would spend every single day there with her and her family. Somehow I didn't trust her either. I can't explain it, why I didn't, but I liked her a lot. It was a little bit difficult for me to trust her completely. And I remember this one episode especially. I lived in my mother's very small apartment, or in the studio. And I couldn't open the door, like really open the door, because there was a thing blocking for the door to open. So I would open it a little bit when I got home, and I would squeeze myself in or squeeze myself out. And my friend there, she came to me one day. I wasn't supposed to let anybody in our apartment. My mother, she wouldn't have that at all. And then I went in, I don't know, I had to pick something up, or I don't know, whatever. And I might have left the door, not closed, but almost. And suddenly she was gone when I came out, and I realized she ran into the apartment and she hid it at the bathroom. But I wasn't supposed to let anybody in, and it was an innocent thing. We were 2 children. I don't know how old we were, 9 years old, 10 years old, I don't know. But I remember it clearly, because I almost panicked because she ran in to the apartment. And I had told her, I cannot let you in, I'm not allowed to let anyone in. But she did anyway. So to me it was, probably one of the reasons why I didn't trust her 100%. And I know we were children, and she was, being foolish and being curious and, just playing around like kids supposed to do. But if you are a young adult, even though you're maybe 9 years old, and the seriousness of this situation, it is not funny. It is so not funny. That was my best friend in my childhood, and I didn't trust her 100%. So, yes, trust issues from a young age. When I graduated, I got to this post school and later on business school. I developed this little system. I still use it. The people I surround myself with, I evaluate which kind of person are they. Are they trustworthy? Are they not trustworthy? Not trustworthy people can still be nice people to surround yourself with, because they might be happy people or have a positive impact on you. So I will be positive with them, but I will not let them know too much about me or about myself. The maybe trustworthy people, I will test them and give them little pieces. And the trustworthy people, I will give them more and more details about me, but I won't tell them everything, except for now in the Minimo story. But my system was that, I'm a girl, and girls, they gossip. So you can say whatever you want, but girls, they do gossip. So what I did in mostly at business school and so on later on in life, I had different friends in which I shared different secrets. So one, I had this, talking voice, and she knew all about it. Another one, we would talk about stupid things we did or stupid things we were doing. And we still know that about each other, but I don't think we do stupid things anymore. Oh well. Most of my friends I have are really old friends. We're going way back, like 25 years. And I'm proud of that. Which means that they're also the really, really good friends. But I know the weaknesses and the strengths, and the same with me. I mean, I'm not a perfect friend either. but I'm trying to be there. And it says a lot if you have been friends for 25 years. So something must be right in that friendship. The fact that I didn't always trust anybody, it also influenced a lot in relationships. I remember I haven't had that many boyfriends in life, but I had this one when I think I was 21 years old. And it wasn't the love of my life in any way, but I was madly in love with him. But he made me realize that instead of me just being me and me needing me to survive in life, suddenly I realized I might need someone else in my life. I might need someone closer to me than just me being me, or wrapped up in my vibranium. And I acted crazy when I realized that. I'm sorry. Brian, it's you. I'm sorry if you're watching this. I had all these emotions inside me, and it was so difficult for me to handle, because I have been used to just me being me for so many years, and suddenly I actually felt like, okay, I'm actually able to love someone else, and I want someone else in my life. Not necessarily him, but yes, but it made me so confused, and I acted crazy when I think about it now. But in fact, now I am so happy that I went through all that, because since him, when I was 21, I actually only had 2 boyfriends, one before my husband and then my husband's. So that relationship, it taught me, even though I didn't trusted him 100%, it made me realize that I was supposed to find someone to be with besides me being me, and trying to trust someone that I could be with. And now I trust my loving husband. I don't know, he doesn't know me 100% either. I'm still private. I think he knows, like, I don't know, 95, 98% of me. But I still have things that he doesn't know about. And maybe that's what keeps our relationship and our marriage, that I'm still a little mystery to him. I don't know. Maybe it works that way. So, and I do believe myself that you shouldn't give yourself 100%. Keep just a little bit to yourself. I don't know which bit, but just a little bit to yourself. But that's because I have trust issues. Yeah. Should you blindly trust someone else like 100%? I don't think so. I don't do that. I mean, if you, as I spoke about with regards to depression, if you are in some kind of trouble, you should find someone who is trustworthy, and you should discuss whatever is going on in your life and be able to ask for help. But that person that you find that you're to be trustworthy, it doesn't have to be your nearest friend or anything like that. It could be a psychiatrist, for instance. And you have to know that there will be chemistry, and that you, within 1, maybe 2 sessions, that you actually trust this person. If you're not able to consult a psychiatrist, you should find someone else to trust. But you don't have to tell them 100%. Go slowly, small steps, open up a little bit, because it will be a lot if you simply come and say, wow, here's me, 100%, please help me. But open up a little bit, and then everything will get more detailed, and it will also be better for you to talk about your issues, and then you will actually be able to seek help. It's the same thing in any given situation. I mean, financial situation, you should trust your bank, you should trust your accountant. If you have a lawyer, you should trust your lawyer. You should trust the doctor when you go to a doctor. You should trust the hospital if you're hospitalized. I mean, if you are putting your child into daycare or to school, you should trust the teachers, all stuff like that, with whatever profession they're working with. So it doesn't mean that you should trust them with your deepest secrets in life, but whatever gives meaning in that given situation. So of course you should trust other people, but giving them 100% of yourself, I don't think anybody does that. It's not just me, no one does that. And if you do, you should really consider, taking a little bit more care of yourself and watch out for yourself. Sometimes in life we misjudge other people and they will break your trust. It can be any given situation. From an adult that's supposed to take care of you, it could be either a parent, like in my case with my mother, or if you've been assaulted as a child by a grown-up, not necessarily your parents, but a grown-up you were supposed to trust. It can be that you are in a relationship, but with infidelity, and you realize it actually going on. Your trust will be broken. It could be business related, that someone is, trying to push you out of your business, taking it over. The trust will be broken. There's so many things and so many cases in which trust can be broken on a higher level. The small levels with me telling you a little secret that it's not really a secret, otherwise I wouldn't tell it. But that's the small issues. But the really big one, we can all misjudge other people, and that's why I'm telling you to, watch out and take good care of yourself, so that you do not act, naive in life. It doesn't do you any good. What did I learn from all this trust issue thingy? First of all, I would like to say, in my friendships, I still give some of me, and I consider myself as genuine and loyal to my friends. And just because I don't give them 100% of me, but they might only know me like 80-85%, it is still me being me, and I'm a real friend, The thing with the trust issue, and it has taught me a thing of you when I was a child. This is probably combined with something else. I think I developed a sense of being good at judging people. This sounds so again, but I sometimes I feel, is this person trustworthy or not? Which kind of person am I standing in front of? Can I trust this person with this and that topic, and with this and that will never ever be trustworthy? And I believe that I'm able to get the feeling with people that I meet, and quite quickly I will realize, can I trust this person or can I not trust this person? And which subjects are they trustworthy with? I believe it's a positive skill to be able to do that. But then again, we have to go all the way 40 years back. And with me being, a little girl growing up and not really, being able to change many things, except for trying to make my way through life. And later on in life, trying to read people, can I trust them or can I not trust them? This project, the Minimo project and the Karma Sans Frontières, I have had it in my head for really long, maybe a couple of years, but it's not until now that I started filming and so on. And in fact, the first person that I showed this to, it wasn't even my husband. I spoke a little about it, in general, and just feeling the vibes around when I was talking to people. But the first person I ever showed any of my videos were my CrossFit coach. And he's trustworthy. And he's really, really a kind and genuine person. And I'm happy that I decided to trust him, because it took me, it took me some time to get here where I'm actually starting filming and telling my story. And I'm grateful that he's the kind of person that you can trust. The second person I showed my video in raw was my husband. So, yeah, it's actually a little bit weird to show something to someone else beside your husband who you're supposed to share everything with. But I mean, in this case, I don't know, it made sense. So thanks, Dennis, for being awesome and being trustworthy. And I told you 100 times that I'm grateful for what you're doing for me. Yeah. Yes. That's it for today. I might get back to trust issues later on in the Minimo story. I don't know if it makes sense. I will discuss something later on. It's one of the big topics as well. And I don't know, any psychiatrist or might say something different from what I've been saying. I have no idea. I'm not educated psychiatrist or any kind of trust coach. I'm simply speaking out of my own experiences in life and what life has taught me. So that's it for today, for the Minimo story and the Karma Sans Frontières. I hope you appreciated it, and maybe you could relate to it. I think most people, they can. That's somehow in life we had our trust broken by something or someone, and maybe several times. And let's hope it wasn't a serious situation you were in when your trust was broken. Anyway, if your trust was broken really hard, really bad, remember it made you to who you are today, and go and decide to be a good person, be a better you, be positive, and strive for something more in life for you. I don't mean necessarily financial, but I mean as a person, be a better you. Yes? So, yes, if you're watching this, please leave a comment down below. From where in the world are you watching? And did you find my video interesting? Do you like the entire Minimo story? And could you relate to today's topic? It will simply make my day, because then I know that I'm reaching out in the world to whoever might need it. And that is what Karma Sans Frontières and the Minimo story is about. To reach out in the world to whoever might need a little piece of positivity and a little piece of Minimo to go on in life and feel motivated and inspired by. So thank you so much for watching. Remember, find good people in your life. Surround yourself with trustworthy persons. It doesn't have to be 100% trustworthy overall. Find good people in your life you can trust with whatever issues you have and whichever relationship you have in life. Yes, take care of yourself and keep on smiling, also to a stranger. Bye.